Don't ask me how we did it. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I genuinely would not be able to tell you how Man United just did that. And it's ironic that Bournemouth had to go down to 10 men for us to come alive and try and apply pressure the way we did and score an equaliser. And to make things even funnier, the goal that we scored was an accidental deflection. That just tells you everything you need to know about this football club, especially this season. Final score, Bournemouth 1, Man United 1. What's going on, people? You know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another match reaction. Shout out to every single one of you supporting my channel, always supporting me in real life as well as in the comments and this road to 20k. So you know what to do if you want to hit that. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. So listen, I think everyone knows that this season is pretty much done. How many games left? Let me check just to be sure, because I don't want to be chatting rubbish. So in the Premier League, we have 4 games left in the Premier League. 4 games left, 2 games in the Europa League, potentially 3 if we make the final. So I think everyone, like I said when I was outside the stadium and we beat Lyon, I said there's a real feeling at the club that United can win this competition. They can win the Europa League. And I think the last hurdle is going to be Bilbao on Thursday. And the lineup today, I'm not going to lie, this looks like the lineup, pretty much looks like the lineup that's going to start on Thursday. Onana was in goal. We played a back 3 of Luke Shaw, Maguire and Euro, a midfield 4, or 2 midfielders, sorry, in Casemiro and Mainu, Mazraoui and Dorgu on the wing-back positions, Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho in the 10s, and Højlund up front. So this pretty much looks like the formation that's going to play against Bilbao. I think there might be a change. I think Luke Shaw might drop out of this squad or might drop out of the first 11, and I think Lindelof is going to come in. Euro is probably going to move to the left. Maguire is probably going to move to the right or in the middle, and Lindelof is going to come in. So this pretty much looks like the lineup that's going to play on Thursday. But back to this game, I mean, it wasn't a great game of football, let's be honest. When do we ever watch Man United and think this is a fantastic game of football? Very rarely. I think there's only one game where we played well for like a half, and I can't remember what game it was off the top of my head, but there was one game where we played extremely well for one half, and I even said it, like, this is the best game I've seen Man United play all season. The best football, and that was only one half. So can't really say that this was an amazing game of football. I do want to start off with the refereeing decision though, because like I said, I never complain about referees, because I always think that even though some decisions do go against us, I do feel like there are other factors in the game that could contribute to us potentially winning a game of football. You know, we may have a decision against us, or not being given a free kick, or not being given a penalty, but what did you do to still win the game? Yes, you're angry. Yes, you're upset. But what can you still do to win the game? That's how I always look at things. So I don't really talk about referees like that. But what I saw today, yeah, that was a shambles. I mean, that 2-footed kamikaze tackle from Adams. Is it Tyler Adams? Yeah. That 2-footed kamikaze tackle from Tyler Adams. If that didn't warrant a red card, I do not know what does. What, did he have to break Garnacho's legs for it to be a red card? Did Garnacho have to be taken off the pitch on a stretcher for Adams to get a red card? That was a blatant red card, and it even went to VAR, and they still concluded that it was a yellow. But like I always tell you guys, the footballing gods never let weird stuff like this happen to let some people get away with it. They never let these things happen for free. Somebody always has to pay. And in this case, it was Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson puts in, to be fair, Evan Nilsson's tackle wasn't as violent as Tyler Adams has won. It was still inappropriate, yes, but it wasn't as violent as it was as the Tyler Adams tackle. But he's the one that got sent off. And I think the refs had to do something, because if Evan Nielsen would have stayed on that pitch, and if the referees would have concluded that as well wasn't a red card, all hell would have broken loose. So I think they had to make a decision. Twice in one game, they had to make a decision. And the fall guy, unfortunately, was Evan Nielsen. Tyler Adams can thank Evan Nielsen, because Evan Nielsen took one for him. He took one for him, because it should have been Tyler Adams getting that red card. So that's probably the only thing that I was really annoyed about or animated about. In terms of gameplay, I mean, we know this team, don't we? There's nothing exciting about this team that we can talk about footballing-wise. There's nothing that I can say footballing-wise to you guys here that's going to teach you something, because I didn't learn anything. There's nothing that I can say footballing-wise that's going to change my perspective on certain players, because at this point, we're in survival mode. The way we got our equaliser is by playing in survival mode. And I think this season especially, that's when we've seen the best of Man United. Against Lyon, survival mode, we get the win. Against Bournemouth today, survival mode, we get the equaliser, late equaliser. And out of all people, it's Rasmus Højlund who gets the deflection on a shot from, was it Mason Mount or Ugarte? I can't remember who it was. This is fresh after the game, so yeah. Højlund gets the deflection and he celebrates. And to be fair, I get the elation. You know, he's been waiting for a goal for a long time. This is, 20 plus games? I would have done the same thing. You know, I would have had the same reaction. It's football. It is what it is. But yeah, out of all people, it's Rasmus Højlund that gets the equaliser. It goes to VAR. They have a quick check, but the goal is given. And we finished the game 1-1. You know, the goal from Bournemouth came straight after that non-given red card. Lapses of concentration, something we've seen all across the board multiple times. Lapse of concentration. Was it a corner or a throw-in? Corner. We tried to get it away. Semenyo's there. Hard and low shot. Left foot. Banger. Absolute banger. And Onana had no chance. It's 1-0. So Semenyo's actually someone I rate as a footballer. Someone who's two-footed and very good with his left and his right. You don't find many footballers like that. But apart from that, you know, we could have gone down multiple times and we could have conceded more. I'm thinking about the free kick from Dango that hit the post. I'm thinking about a few other chances that they had. To be fair, we should have buried a few of our chances as well. I'm thinking of the cross that came in from Shaw. Dorgu, was at the back post, but it got touched by Senesi just before Dorgu could get to it. Mason Mount should have buried it. Chido had a chance as well when he came on. So on the balance of the game, in the end, you could say, do we deserve a draw? Possibly, yes. Could we have deserved a loss? Possibly, yes. But yeah, I mean, I'm numb to results now in the league. There's nothing more for us to gain. We are currently, what's the table saying? Bournemouth are 10th. We are currently 14th. Well, still 14th in the Premier League. One more point, people. One more point to 40 points. So still road to 40 points in the Premier League. But like I said, I think there's a genuine feeling that this Europa League competition can be won. And this season feels very similar to the Mourinho season, 16-17, where in the league, we didn't have anything to show, anything to prove anymore. So we just went all guns blazing and put all of our eggs in that one Europa League basket, which in the end ended up paying. So, you know, to see the similarities of those two seasons, obviously the qualities were day and night. You know, the qualities between Mourinho's team in 17 and Amorim's team now is day and night. You know what I mean? So our team is nowhere near good this season than the team that we played with in 16-17. So I think there's like I said, a genuine feeling like we can win this competition. So let's just focus on the Europa League, I'll be honest. The league is done and dusted. There's nothing more for us to gain. It's not like we're going to finish in the top half of the table because Bournemouth are 10th and we're 11 points away. So forget it, forget it. So what do I say? I can't even speak about individuals anymore because I've been there, done that. You know, there's no point in me just recycling the same stuff. We know. You know, and yeah, big up to Hoyland. No, I'm not going to sing that song. I was going to sing that miracle song, but I'm not going to do that to him. Listen, big up, man. He got the goal, but, you know, that result really leaves me indifferent, if I'm honest. I'm more looking forward to the Europa League clash on Thursday, and I'm glad we're playing away first to then come home to Old Trafford. It's going to be a difficult one. Bilbao obviously are fighting for Champions League in their league, in La Liga. They've been doing really well. Some of their standout players are Sanset and Williams, not the older one, the younger brother. He's been tearing it up. So yeah, we are warned. We are definitely warned. But the only thing that gives me slight hope, like I said, is the fact that we have the return fixture at home. And you can bet that this is going to be electric. Trust me when I say this, people. And I'm saying this with chest. I'm saying this with chest. Trust me when I say this. If Man United beat Bilbao, United are going to the final and they will win the Europa League, because in a one-off game, I trust this team to do something. You know, it's going to be difficult, of course. But I promise you, I don't fear Bodo Glimt, and I definitely don't fear Spurs. I'll tell you that for free. So all we have to do is beat Bilbao. Beat Bilbao, and you pretty much have one hand on the Europa League trophy already. So that's the message. That should be the message. Beat Bilbao and you have a very big chance to win the Europa League and qualify for Champions League and attract better players. That's what I would say to the players. That would be my message. That would be my message. But listen, enough of me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this result really leaves me indifferent. I'm not going to sit here and shout, scream. No, there's no point. The league's done, you know. We can talk about individuals all day, but I've said what I had to say in 1 million different ways. So nothing more to add, nothing more to say. Roll on Thursday, Bilbao away. That's the one that I'm looking for. But if you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in indifferent, because I am indifferent to this result. Anyway, people, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.